All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series kicks off a brand new season, and we are at Charlotte Motor Speedway for a 100-lap race. It's race number 1. It's season number 3. Who's got what it takes to win a championship? First things first, who's going to win the race tonight? Well, there's only one way to find out, boys and girls, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, the Buschwackers season kicks off tonight here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. A very, very fun track. Great mile-and-a-halfer. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory? There's only one way to find out, boys. Watch it right here. Thank you so much, man, for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate your patronage. I think we're going to have a good one here for you tonight. Charlotte Motor Speedway, great mile-and-a-half, located in Charlotte, North Carolina. I think I actually have Indianapolis, Indiana there right now, if I'm looking at that right. Oh boy, I need an assistant. But a very fun track here at Charlotte. A little bumpy, and you know the Tri-Oval is a very dangerous area too. And again, this is TurnLeftTV. Thanks so much for joining us here to watch tonight's race. Brought to you by EliteHostUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That's EliteHostUSA.com. Perfect for rFactor 2. Thanks for joining me here on the YouTube channel, here at TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you coming in and watching the race tonight. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, and hit the thumbs up button, man. Get this video out there so people can see what we got going on here at TurnLeftTV and High Octane Racing League. I appreciate you being here tonight. Don't forget, down in the description of this race, I've got several links there for you to click on. One is to the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, the charity that we support here at TurnLeftTV and High Octane Racing League. Also, click on the link to for the PayPal. Send me a PayPal donation if you would like. And there's also my SimLab affiliate link there too. I'm an affiliate marketer through them. If you're interested in purchasing a rig or something through SimLab, give those guys a look. Use my link, and that helped me out here at TurnLeftTV. Let's get this party started, man. It's going to be a lot of fun here tonight. in the Buschwackers series. We got just a couple minutes really left in the practice session. Craig Marzon's back in a 60 car. Good to see Craig, man. He lost a video card, had to purchase a new one, and now he's back to kick off season number 3. Great to see Craig out. We'll take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwackers series. You see, we got some new tracks here, or some different look to this season, trying to follow the stock car season as closely as I can. Gateway coming up next week. Sonoma Raceway, a little road course action on June the 9th, and then North Wilkesboro Speedway. And thanks to Mike Schreiner and Brent Owen and their work for getting this track, I think, ready to go. Nashville Super Speedway on June the 30th to finish the first half of the season. Then look at that. Starting the second half against Chicago Street Circuit. Guys have already been doing some practice laps there, saying it's a lot of fun. I thought it was a lot of fun whenever I was driving it, so let's throw it on there. That's where it is on the schedule. So Atlanta Motor Speedway, New Hampshire, Pocono, and Richmond on the back half of that season. So a very interesting season here in the Buschwackers series. To kick off season number 3, we are at Charlotte tonight. IndyCar Series back in action tomorrow, Saturday, May 27th, 100-lap race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, race number 4 of the season. And it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss it, man. Coming up tomorrow, 100-lap race from Indy. Already got some chatters in there. LaClaudio, Givaldo joining us. Good to see those guys out tonight. And good luck to them. Guys always in here wishing us well. Saturday Night Thunder will be at Charlotte tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Race number 10, the final race of the Saturday Night Thunder Series season. It's the Cup Series, 120 laps from Charlotte, coming up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's May 27th. For you and me. It's like finishing up the practice session. We're going to head over to the qualification session. Josh Brink finishing up his final lap. Make some adjustments there in the pits and get ready to go out and smash the qualification session. It does look like these guys are headed over to quals. Don't forget to join us over at highoctaneracing.net. We've got updates of point standings, what we have coming up, what the schedules are like in each one of the series. Also, who's running what throughout the week. If you want to see what guys are at the top of the grid early on in practice throughout the week. And then also a quick link to TurnLeftTV there on highoctaneracing.net. Guys will have 2 laps for qualification, 4 laps total. A little bit of a warm-up lap, 2 timed laps, and then a cool-down lap, if you will. Looks like Paul Brown might be the first car out on the grid. Definitely got to be one of those guys in the conversation for a championship. Definitely to win each and every race, too. 77 car, got a lot of experience. He does some adminning here for us, great expertise, and also does the practice session on Monday nights to get us set up, ready to go for Friday night. Setting the time to beat here. Here we go through the tri-oval. 29.908 is Paul Brown's first lap. Jim Willis in the Black Rifle Coffee Company, number 53 car, one of our Florida drivers. Yet now to the top of the grid with a 29.880. Just look at that. Robillard just 1/1000th of a second behind Vieta. Very tight top two. Let's see what 53 car lays down here on his qualification lap. Paul Brown back to the top there. 29.849, I believe, if I read that right. A little bit off the pace here in sectors 1 and 2 for the Black Rifle Coffee Company, number 53 car. 30.410. A little work to do here for Jim Willis on this second lap. Craig Marzon, he's sixth right now in quals. Dan Chesmore, the new leader, 8.35 for Dan Chesmore. We'll take a look at Jim Willis, lap number 2. 161, 30.161. Right now, 10th on the grid for Jim Willis. Oh, right there is Sean Jacobs. Said, hey, I didn't like that car. Let's get a new one. Dana Grover in the new paint scheme. Number 89 car, Tracks VR Racing Team. Good looking scheme there by Franco Alvarez. Painted quite a few schemes for us. Great job. And Dana Grover debuting that new scheme here. Chesmore the top time here so far. Paul Brown second, Gordon Carter third, Art Vieta fourth, and Todd Robillard rounding out the top 5. But let's see where Dana Grover lands on his first lap. Grover right now 11th on the grid. .952, I believe. Time seeing those colors there, but 962. .054 there for Dana Grover, I believe. 954. Have a hard time seeing that time right there. My heavens. So Grover starts in the 11th position, I believe. Waldo coming out here for his qualification attempt. 68 car. Waldo looking maybe for a top 10 qualification run. He has been qualifying really, really well. A little bit off the pace there in sectors 1 and 2. 30.007 right now, 13th on the grid for Givaldo. One more lap here to put it in. Let's see what. Coming off turn 4 through the trial area for Givaldo, number 68 car. 29.916 for Givaldo, up 10th on the grid. I told you he was shooting for a top 10, and there you go. Givaldo in the top 10 for the quals. So great job to Givaldo. So it looks like quals have not officially ended. A couple minutes left here, about 3 minutes left here, and everybody has done their qualification lap here. Again, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate it, and let's get this party started. All right, hey, again, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Tonight we are at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV and owner of High Octane Racing League. And the Buschwackers series, always a fun one. And a mile and a half when kicking off the season 100-lap race here tonight. Race number 1 of a 10-race season. And the qualification session has ended, and we'll take a look at the qualification results. Dan Chesmore, the 00 car, with a 29.835 will qualify in P1. Outside row 1 would be Paul Brown, the 77 car. Claudio Bardelli Jr., Gordon Carter make up row 2. Arthur Fietta, Todd Robillard, row 3. Craig Marizon, Preston Hassel, row 4. Ed Palumbo and Givaldo Spindola, row number 5. Row 6, Josh Brink, Dana Grover, Dennis Schuderchin, Sean Jacobs, 13 and 14th. Jim Willis, 15th. Steve Pierce, 16th. And John Stanley will start in the 17th position. So these guys have officially started the warm-up session. And again, don't forget the IndyCar Series will be back in action tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, depending on where your location is. Here in the United States, it'll be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The broadcast will start about 1:45 p.m. And it's a 100-lap race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Race number 4 of the season, all live right here on TurnLeftTV. Don't want to miss it. It's going to be a fun one. A lot of people really gunning for this big, very famous track. Arguably the crown jewel of motorsports, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, coming up tomorrow right here on TurnLeftTV. It's the High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series. Let's take a look at the track here at Charlotte. See that dog leg? It is a kind of a double kinked dog leg there, 1.5 miles in length, 4 turns, banking in the turns at 24 degrees, down the straights at 5 degrees. So it's a tough track, man. I think coming off turn 4 for me is really the challenging part because of that kink there to begin the tri-oval. It just seems like it's tight there. I think you're going to see guys get into the outside wall. This track is really bumpy as well, and you're going to have to be patient with this track here at Charlotte. Let's take a look at my keys to the race here tonight. Corner entry. Be patient as you get through the corners here. Traffic management as well. Some guys are going to have some trouble. Don't get too aggressive. Maintain that throttle control through the turns and through the tri-oval area. I don't think the tri-oval area is a super good place to make passes. If guys are really off the pace, then it's okay. But, man, it is a tough place to pass. Save those tires. This thing is tough on tires, and you got to make good pit stops. It's a little challenging coming off the track to get on pit lane here at Charlotte, so got to be really, really careful as you transition off the racing surface, off of turn 4, down onto pit lane. Things can go awry very, very quickly. Those are my keys to the race here at Charlotte tonight. Well, I'm going to get my pick in here tonight to win this race, and that is Craig Marizon. Since coming back here, he had the video card issue, really set out the last half of the last season, but now he's got a new video card. He's back. He's shown it. He's fast already, and I think Craig Marizon has got what it takes to win this race tonight. Right now, he is in the pits, in the garage area, maybe making some last-minute adjustments. But I think Craig Marizon in the 60 car is going to be the one to watch here tonight. That's my pick here at TurnLeftTV. Once in a while, I get it right. Got about 4 minutes left in the warm-up session. Good to see Jim Willis, Gam Zadok 481, Fireball Flash. Andres in here. He's got a big IndyCar race tomorrow. Jack Trawick as well. Not necessarily having an IndyCar race, but he's in here. Joining us in the chat session. Again, we'll take a look at the schedule here. What are the races that really stand out to you on this schedule? For me, obviously, it's Chicago Street Circuit. That stands out. I think we're going to end up decreasing the amount of laps there. I got a little bit ahead of myself, so that's probably going to be somewhere around 25, maybe 30 laps at that track. It is a little bit longer, so trying to keep the race length somewhere around an hour in length. So that Chicago Street Circuit race will be a little bit shorter than what's advertised right there. North Wilkesboro is another one, I think, a short track, 0.6 of a mile-ish. And that's another one that stands out. Of course, Sonoma is, man, that's going to be a tough one, man. Tough track there coming up on June the 9th. That's hitting you really, really early. New Hampshire's a challenging one for me, always is. You see a little short track there with Richmond. But I think for the most part, those newer tracks coming here that we haven't seen before, Sonoma, North Wilkesboro, Chicagoland. We have seen Sonoma before, but it has been a long, long time. So those three tracks right there really stand out to me on this schedule. Take a look at 56 cars. He comes off the track to make his pit. Watch this, man. This can get a little dicey right here. A little bit dicey. Looks like he does a pretty good job. And it is, these guys let guys know when they're going to pit so they can, the guys behind them can make some adjustments. Always a good practice. And then also when they rejoin the racing surface, they're supposed to let guys know. So folks that are coming up behind them that are out at full speed on the track, don't run over them. Seems like I'm playing the same songs over again, isn't it? Let's get something else on there. There we go. Well, just under a minute left in warm-ups. Going to be an exciting one here at Charlotte. 18 drivers joining us. Race number 1 of the season. This track will reach out and absolutely pimp slap you. Whatever that is. Saturday Night Thunder will also be at Charlotte. That's coming up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The final race of the season, 120-lap race in the Cup Series. The Saturday Night Thunder has been going on for 22 years. And tomorrow night's the final race of season number 2. And it's Charlotte. Dennis Uderchin is leading in the points coming into the final race of the season. Well, that's it, boys. Hold on. Buckle yourself in. Get your helmet on. Get ready to rock and roll. Got your beer? Better get your beer. Don't change the channel because it's about ready to get real. Charlotte Motor Speedway here tonight. All right, we'll take a look at the starting order here tonight. Dan Chesmore in the 00 will start 1P1. Paul Brown starts second. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in the 3rd position. Gordon Carter starts in P4. Starting in the 5th position will be Arthur Vieta in the 4 car. Todd Robillard in the 90 starts 6th. Craig Marizan will start 7th. Preston Hassel starts in the 8th position. Starting in P9 will be Ed Palumbo in the 54. Givaldo Spindola starts 10th in the 68 car. Josh Brink in the 2 car starts 11th. Dana Grover in the brand new paint scheme, the 89, starts in the 12th position. Starting in 13th is the 47 of Dennis Uderchin. Sean Jacobs in the 24 starts 14th. Jim Willis in the 53 Black Rifle Coffee Company machine starts 15th. Steve Pierce in the 51 starts 16th. Starting in 17th is John Stanley in the 17 car. And Tiago Gomez will start 18th in the 26. All right, boys and girls. Should be a fun one here tonight. And again, corner entry, traffic management, throttle control, save your tires, and make good pit stops. I could have put other race keys up there too, but I didn't have a big enough graphic, man. I didn't have enough room. Bumpy track. Going to be an interesting one, man. Really, really be patient here. The 00 will lead the field to take the green flag. The pace car is off. Here we go. Race number 1 of season number 3.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Boogity, boogity.
Hey, only once, buddy. Chessboard down on the inside is Paul Brown challenging on the outside. Claudio Bardelli Jr. on that inside. Claudio Bardelli Jr. has cleared the 77 car. And the 00, Dan Chessboard, to the inside and leading the field. Chessboard across the start-finish line there, leads lap 2. Or leads lap 1, now on lap 2 here. Bardelli Jr. in second. Switching to the Ford last season. Now looking on the outside. Getting nose to tail there with P1. Just behind him, Paul Brown in the 77 car. Take a look under the back of Claudio Bardelli Jr.'s machine at Paul Brown. It'd be nice if those tags would actually be behind the car. Come on, Studio 397, you can work better than that. Archivieta running in 4th. Marizan is in 5th. There's my pick to win the race, running in P5. That's 60 car Magpul Dynamics sponsor machine. Gordon Carter looking to have a good season here, running in P6. Carter there tuck it out to the outside, maybe to get some air through the front of that car. Running behind Craig Marizan. Robillard is running in 7th, just behind. See Todd Robillard running in the 7th position. Ed Palumbo 8th, Preston Hassel 9th, Josh Brink rounding out the top 10. Givaldo Spindola and Dennis Uderchin here battling it out. Dennis Uderchin to the inside, Givaldo to the outside. Givaldo up on this outside line as Uderchin's gotten around. Oh, there's contact there. And we got a yellow flag. And the 89 hard into the wall, and also Givaldo into the wall. Those guys are all tore up. Take a look at the 89 car. He is absolutely annihilated there. And the also Givaldo. Take a look and see what happened. Look like, oh man, the 89 comes up, the 68 involved in this as well. And those guys do a great job of missing that. Let's go to kick off just ahead here. These guys are going to see the tail end of this mess. See hoods flying everywhere. Givaldo across the track. These guys trying to pick a way to get around. 53, Jim Willis, and the 26 go down to the bottom side to get by this. We're on board there with... take a look here again. Guys kind of arguing for the same real estate. It looked like somebody going up, somebody going down at the same time. See those guys getting through. Take a look. Oh, we're back behind the fence. Come on. So Jim Willis had to go down to the inside to get through that. That kicked off in front. He was trying to figure out, hey, where am I going to go here? And he sees the 68 coming across the track. That kicked off behind him, it looked like. Yeah, we jumped down there, back down there. Actually, it looked like Uderchin and Spindola, or excuse me, Uderchin had the best look at that, I think. So we go back to live. So Dan Chesmore is the leader. First caution flag. So the 00 is our leader. 56, Gordon Carter up in the second position. These guys, I think some of these guys are coming down pit road. Dana Grover all beat up there, and not the night that he wanted to see with that 89 car. Dana Grover on pit lane taking a ton of service. So not a very good view of Dana Grover on pit lane as I'm trying to bring that up, but you're seeing a lot of porta-johns over there. Dan Chesmore is the leader here as our first caution flag. Dana Grover taking some service. Pretty significant amount of damage there for him. And that's tough break there for Dana. I know he had high expectations coming into tonight's race. Givaldo back out on the track after taking some service. Pretty significant amount of damage there for him as well, and he is going to be 2 laps down. Dana Grover right now 2 laps down, going to be more, I would imagine. Now, Chesmore has elected to take the inside lineup. It's Gordon Carter in the 56 car up on the outside line. The 77, Paul Brown, starts in P3. Margelli Jr. starts 4th. Archivio to 5th. And now Robillard will start in the 6th position. Some of these guys may have elected to kind of stay out here a little bit. But again, it's kind of the same strategy here, man. Just get this thing sort of figured out here, maybe nose to tail for a little while, and let guys leave you an opening. And I think that situation right there, we had a guy coming a little bit up off the line, and another guy was kind of pinching a little bit down low. And they both kind of have a little bit of fault in that caution flag. And here we go, back to green. Chesmore to the lead, and man, I tell you what, the 77 car really on the back end there of the 00. Sparks flying there through the turn. They are going to go 3 wide. Gordon Carter's up on the outside line. These guys looking like they were going to go 3 wide there for a second. Gordon Carter in 4th as Archivietta's gotten by. They're at the back of Gordon Carter's machine. He is in a hornet's nest right now. Gordon Carter in the 56 trying to figure out which lane he wants to go in. It is bouncy on board here with Gordon Carter. Bardelli Jr. in the 19 goes to the outside. Ron Robillard here in the 90 car looking out of the front of his machine. The tri-oval area, and you see how really challenging this could be getting through the tri-oval, especially trying to do it side by side. Those guys did a great job. The 56 and the 19 just ahead. That 19 car pretty fast. He doesn't have a lot of help up on the outside line. We just want to try to get behind Archivietta. I know he and Archivietta like to work together. Vietta to the outside right there. Vietta really throws that car up on the outside line. They're starting to get a little tight right there. The 19 pitching down the 56. 56 car got pinched just a little bit. As the 19 goes to the outside, takes a little bit of draft from the 4 car. What are we doing there? Not a very good camera angle, was it? We put the camera behind the wall. Preston Hassel in the 27 car, running in the 8th position. Just behind him, Thiago Gomez in that Toyota, number 26. Napa sponsor machine. Get a battle here for the race lead. It is Paul Brown to the outside. Dan Chesmore, the 00. Brown in the 77 car, trying to make this outside work. Vieira going to the outside. Vieira hold that outside line. Now we got a bunch of cars diving up to the high side here. That's going to help the 77 car out, and he bails on that high line as he's gotten around Dan Chesmore. So we got a new race leader, and that is the 77 of Paul Brown. It's the kind of track he really likes, too. One you got to drive. You got to get up on the wheel and drive this track. Man, these guys are starting to get racy behind. Vieira and Chesmore starting to beat on each other a little bit. Vieira to the outside, using the draft from, or the push from the 19 car. Chesmore starting to drop back a little bit. Chesmore now falls back to the 4th position. 56. Gordon Carter is in 5th. Go back behind the wall. Thiago has lost his connection. He is out. He could rejoin, but he's going to be multiple laps down when he comes back. Looking for a points night, however. Thinking about the big pictures, we got a 3-car breakaway. The car is Chesmore. I think it's on a little bit older tires. I'm not sure he actually came down pit lane and took service or took full 4 tires. Ed Palumbo is starting to peek around here, wanting to get around the 56 car. I think he senses that he's a little faster than the 56 and the 00. Mellow Yellow sponsor machine to the outside. Out of the throttle there, coming off turn 4 through the tri-oval. Oh, man, he's trying to peek it underneath there. Not a lot of room. Hard place to pass through the tri-oval. Especially when you start looking at little tires. And I'll tell you what, KG veteran here, New York driver number 56, Ed Palumbo now to the inside. He's going to try to get 2 of them. He's gotten around the 56. Now sets his sights on the 00. Again, tough place to make a pass here through the tri-oval area. Things tighten up right there. You get another second place to tighten up. It's an uncomfortable feeling to be on the outside through the tri-oval. 00 that's exactly where he's at. Dan Palumbo now to P4. Dan Chesmore falls back to the 5th position. Oh man, a 12 car through the grass. 12 car through the grass. I don't know what happened to him, but wow, John Stanley through the grass. Take a look and see what happened to John Stanley. Right there, there might have been some contact. No contact between he and Unichin, but he comes through the grass. Right here, slides back across the track, and the 51 car does a great job of missing him. Steve Pierce, take a look at on board here with Steve Pierce as John Stanley's going to go to the inside. He just got loose. Right there, he's in the grass, comes back across the track, and Steve Pierce does a great job of missing him, but John Stanley might have made contact with the wall. On board here with John Stanley, watch this. I think gets loose right there in the grass. Now he's just hanging on. Trying to save this car, and he might have, oh no, he doesn't make any contact. What a great job everybody did missing that. John Stanley going to have to go change his underwear. 77, Paul Brown is the leader. Now Gomez is back out on track here after getting disconnected, so he's rejoined in the 26 car. He is now 4 laps down. What a bummer there for that Napa sponsor machine. He is a very fast car usually when he comes to these tracks. Arthur Vieira running in the 2nd position, starting to drift up high. Brown leading. Vieira 2nd. Bardelli Jr. is in 3rd. 3-car breakaway. Palumbo fourth. Robillard rounding out the top 5. Now Bardelli Jr. seeing an opportunity to get around Artevieta. Oh, I tell you what. Oh, Claudio a little loose there coming off the turn. Claudio Bardelli Jr. almost lost that thing. Bardelli Jr. almost lost it. That car absolutely got cattywampus. Did a great job of holding on to that. Sean Jacobs here trying to get around Dan Chesmore. Steve Pierce gets around in the 51 car. Jacobs in the 24. Now getting around. Vulcan sponsor machine. Cal U. Chevy. Just ahead of him is Steve Pierce in the Captain Morgan sponsor machine. Side by side there, Steve Pierce now to the outside as the 24 gets by. Good to see Steve Pierce back out here and racing with us in the Captain Morgan scheme. Josh Brink and the 27 of Preston Hassel battling it out. Brink to the outside in that 2 car. Preston Hassel in the 27 on the inside line. And Preston Hassel wants to tuck in. Now back in the 9th position as Josh Brink picking up P8. Take a look at Dennis Judichin in the 47 car. Right now running in the 10th position. Good top 10 run here for Dennis. And this track is very challenging. Valdo Spindola, who is 2 laps down just behind. Take a look at Robillard. Todd Robillard indicating he's got a loose condition here in both sides of the track. Both turns, I should say turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Loose in, loose off. Saw that a little bit with John Stanley earlier. Other guys had to catch a loose car. Makes for better racing too, I think. When you have a car that really doesn't handle like a dream and you've got to drive the track, it makes for a little bit better racing. Here we are 29 laps in. And the 90 car running in the 4th position. Paul Brown has opened up a pretty substantial lead. Now these guys have been swapping around position here, the 91 and the 4. And the 91 getting back by Artevieta. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is in 2nd. Oh, 68 car hard into the wall. There might have been some contact. Might have been some contact there with Udichin and the 68 car. There's some contact. Oh, 3 wide. 68 back into the wall. Let's see if we can't get a view of what went on here between the 2 of these guys. Givaldo's to the outside. Givaldo on the, and Dennis on the inside through the tri-oval area. Everything looks pretty copacetic there. And Givaldo into the outside wall. And then Dennis, I think he ends up drifting up. Right there, Udichin goes up the track. This battle in over right there. That gets a little dicey. And more 3 wide action as Givaldo makes more contact with the wall. We're starting to see some pit stops here. Paul Brown is leader. I think Gordon Carter on pit lane. Dan Chesmore on pit lane. Gordon Carter making a pit stop. Finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track here on lap 33. now in the 14th position. They end up losing a lap or so. Gordon Carter now 3 laps down. Excuse me, take that back. Just 1 lap down. My eyes, man. I have my pupils dilated today. Preston Hassel is on pit lane now as well. Preston Hassel making a pit stop. Paul Brown is the leader. Paul Brown is leading. Todd Robillard has run him down. Paul went out pretty hard here early in the run. And Robillard has somewhat saved his stuff here in the 90 car and is running down the 77 cars. So this is interesting to see that the 90 car may have a little bit better of a car here on the longer run. These guys are indicating they're going to be coming down pit lane as we're taking a look at the 90 just ahead. And 77 gets off the track earlier. And the 90 using turn 4 coming off the track here to come down pit lane. And he passes the 77. Craig Marizon to the race lead now. So Craig Marizon the leader. Robillard is in second. Excuse me, Robillard is on pit lane, I should say. Don't forget the High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series will be back in action tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on TurnLeftTV. Race number 4 of the IndyCar Series season. And this should be a fun one. Saturday Night Thunder will be back in action on tomorrow, Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Race number 10, the final race of the season. We'll see Craig Marizon peeling off the track to come down pit lane. As he's going to make a pit stop here. 120 laps at Charlotte in the Cup Series tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's a Saturday Night Thunder. Sean Jacobs also on pit lane. See him making a pit stop. Marizon on pit lane. Vieta, I think, will assume the race lead. Marizon and Jacobs both on pit lane. See Marizon finishing up his pit stop as Arthur Vieta in the 4 car is the leader. We'll want to see a green flag pit stop. See the 51, Steve Pierce, Captain Morgan spots the machine, rejoining the racing surface as well. As Marizon rejoins, coming off turn 2. Arthur Vieta, one of our great Brazilian drivers. I've mentioned this before. In case you don't know, I've raced with Arthur for quite a number of years. Raced with him over at Alta Velocidade, and what a great series. We had some GT3 stuff. I think we also did some stuff there at NASCAR BR, IndyCar Total. And where's Sullivan Gardena, man? Somebody tell me where Sullivan Gardena's at. Miss that guy. Love that dude, man. I heard he got out of sim racing altogether, but hopefully Sullivan's doing all right. But raced with Arthur, did some streaming for a series that Arthur was driving in as well. And we know Arthur Vieta's talent, man. This guy can get in anything and make it competitive. I mean, he could get out there in a wheelbarrow and make it competitive. Get out there on a tricycle and make it competitive, man. You put a bell on it. little streamers coming off the handlebars, and he'd still make it competitive. The only thing that has just plagued Arthur has been connection issues, man. I mean, he's had, I raced with him at Chachalowski's league, and, we were in that final race of the season. The guy got disconnected, ended up being 4 laps down. He was racing for a championship. Caution flags being the way they were, he got all 4 laps back, and it came down to the last turn. I mean, he almost won the championship. Just tells you how great this guy is. Connection issues. That's been what plagued the 4-car. Robillard is second. He is about 1 second down to Vieta. He and Bardelli Jr. running in 2-3. Brown running in the 4th position. These guys running in a pack of 3 cars. Robillard in the 90 of our Rhode Island drivers. I mean, there's only like 6 people that live in Rhode Island. I mean, come on. Only one of them races. Just kidding, Todd. Riding that Sunoco sponsored machine. Looking good. Bardelli Jr. got a little fight on his hands with the 77 car. Big rivalry between the 77 and the 19. These guys have been battling for race wins, championships. Both of them are great drivers in their own right. I'd say different styles. But whatever they got going on, both styles work. Bardelli Jr. Oh, a little bit loose there through the turn. That's going to leave an opening for Paul Brown on the outside. Paul Brown outside here in the 77 car. He's going to be able to get it. It looks like Robillard ended up taking the lead. At the same time, Paul Brown now takes over P3, so Robillard's to the lead, and Paul Brown's got a run here on Vieta. Todd Robillard got around as well. Take a look at Robillard's pass as the 77 was getting by the 91. The 90 car, Sunoco, sponsored Camaro, now to P1. Vieta is a little bit loose. Vieta's got a handful. Martin Vieta, look at that, down on the inside. The thing is wanting to come around on him, and he catches it. He loses 2 positions. Wow. Take a look and see Vieta after getting past here in the 4-car. Watch, he is absolutely just wicked loose right now. To the inside. Okay there. Through the tri-oval. You see the 77 coming up behind. Vieta's actually lost 2 positions. We're seeing, look at that, he is wicked loose. That is wrecking loose. Anybody else would have turned that car, snapped that car back up into the wall. Great job by Archer Vieta, now holding on to P4. Chessmore, the 00 car. Also a little loose. Little loose there coming off turn 4 through the tri-oval area. Chessmore running in the 10th position. As the run goes on, the rubber gets down on this track, things are starting to get a little crazy, a little slick. 54 car running in P5 at Palumbo. Getting a good start here to the season. We're on lap 49, approaching halfway. Chessmore is dropping some more positions. Now back to the 12th spot. Battle here between Preston Hassel and Craig Marizon. Marizon to the inside, Preston Hassel up on the outside, that 27 car. Good side-by-side racing there. Ford versus Chevy. Chevy going to win out on that one this time by, but Preston Hassel tucks in the AMD Ryzen sponsored Ford Mustang. Preston Hassel up the track just a little bit as Josh Brink's going to make that pass. A little bit of a wave by there for the 27. Looks like this car's not handling just right for him on this run. 12 car, he had his issues earlier Did a great job, great save by the Stanley Tools sponsor machine. Back from camping this week. Gets by Dan Chesmore. Got a battle here for the race lead. Robillard, we saw him late in that first run get a hold of Paul Brown and get around him. Paul Brown to the outside, not making it very easy for the 90 car. But the 90 car is going to pull off that pass, and he's back to the race lead. Josh Brink, Gordon Carter through the tri-oval, entering turn 1. Brink in the 2 car, 56 car up on the high line. And the 2 picks up that spot. Now back up to P7. Gordon Carter back to P8. Look at this. Paul Brown says, I do not want to follow the 90 car. 90 cannot get the bite off the turn that he wants. And the 77 car gets by. 77 car up the track. It'll leave that door open there for the 90. 90 cannot get the bite again off the turn that he needs to be able to close in on that 77. 77 car now rolling up on Dan Chesmore. Chesmore looks like he has got a handful right now at that 00. We need a yellow flag here as those guys make a pass to put Dan Chesmore a lap down. I think he might be the lucky dog. Gordon Carter, I think, might have come around. Gordon Carter in the 56 high place moving sponsor Camaro has come around. Arthur Vieira, I think he was falling back to the 12th position, 14th or 11th position. I take that back. Take a look and see what happened here. Oh, it looked like Gordon Carter got sideways through the tri-oval area. And then spins around. There was a couple of cars there spinning, it looked like. The 56 car comes back up the track. Looks like the Dana Grover also off the pace there. And the 56 car through the grass. See Vieira, I think he's going to end up driving through pit lane. Gordon Carter did a great job. Dana Grover did a great job of missing that. What's this? Dana Grover watching out of the front of his machine. Oh, boy. He was in the grass. In the grass trying to miss that 56 car. What a great piece of driving there by Dana Grover. What's this? 56 car going to come right back around in front. And Grover gets by. Woo, man. We're going to scratch up that new paint scheme. Just our second caution flag. And the 77 is the race leader. Man, he and the 90 car have had a great battle. Great battle, just a little past halfway. You see the cars really getting loose. So Paul Brown coming down pit lane, is he? It looks like we got a full load of cars coming down pit lane here. I don't know who's done the cameras on this track. They need to improve them. Look at this. This is a horrible view of pit lane. We might be able to get a good visual of the battle coming off pit lane here. Oh man, what are we doing? Oh my God, we're behind people. Good battle there between the 2 and the 60 car. '77 car is going to come out. I believe he'll be the race leader now. I would suggest to you that Dan Chessboard is probably going to come down pit lane. Got some wave around cars maybe. Cars maybe a lap down. I would suggest to you that I think this Toyota probably will be coming down pit lane here. Looks like he will be. That's Smurfs. Papa Smurf, I think, is what it is. Maybe that's his nickname. And that's going to give the race lead back to the 77 car. We're getting a few chatters in here. Jomar, Andres, Jack. Good to see them. Jomar Peixoto missed the start of the race. What a shame, man. Jomar, you're going to have to send me a message on Discord. Kind of let me know where you're from in Brazil. Give me that town you're from, and we'll see if we can't get your car painted up this season in some way. Let me know what brand you want. You want a Ford, a Chevy, Toyota? Please don't say Toyota. A Ford or a Chevy. And we'll see what we can't do in getting your car in the paint, in the skin pack. I know a guy who knows a guy. Don't forget that IndyCar series back in action, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, right here live on TurnLeft TV. 100-lap race from Indianapolis Motor Speedway for race number 4 of the season. And this will be a good one, man. Indy is a good one. That's where I'm from, man. About 45 miles outside of Indianapolis. Been to Indianapolis Motor Speedway many, many, many times. See not only the Indianapolis 500, but also some IROC racing. I've seen some GT3 racing as well. A couple of years ago, went to the GT3 race, had garage passes for that. That was fantastic. They're not doing those anymore for some reason. So here on lap 59. All right, the 77 will lead the field to take the green flag. The 90 of Todd Robillard up on the outside line. These guys have been battling each other all race long. 54 up to the third position. The 60 car starts in P4. Brink and Bardelli Jr. start in 5th and 6th. There we go, back to green. Start lap 60. Paul Brown to the lead, the 90 car in second, the 54 challenging on the inside line. Tight battling here of Marizon and Brink. Looks like Bardelli Jr. and Brink side by side. The 19, Bardelli Jr. up on the outside line, Brink on the inside line in that Camaro. Brink says, hey man, you left Camaro, you went to Ford. I'm going to give you, we got another yellow flag. Oh no! He's still kicking off, I believe. Gordon Carter's involved. He's on the inside. He's hitting the wall. So when it rains, it pours for the high place moving sponsor machine. Number 56, Gordon Carter. Looks like Givaldo might have been involved as well. Givaldo off the pace here in the 68 car. See what happened here. Givaldo to the inside. Comes up into the 89 car. We saw those guys get together earlier, I believe. And then Givaldo spinning into the outside wall. Now we're hearing that maybe Chesmore was involved as well. Take a look and see Dan Chesmore. He's trying to get through right here. And man, he gets hit there. And oh man, that is a hard look for Dan Chesmore. Oh my gosh, he hits the inside wall. And that is absolutely catastrophic for him. I think it broke his car. Take a look at this. Dan Chesmore absolutely gets just annihilated. He hits the 68 car to the inside, and this is going to hurt. Oh man. And the 56 got into him as well. Dan Chesmore absolutely annihilated on that one. Gordon Carter's going to get taken out in this. You see that kicking off right there. Gordon Carter's going to try to get through this, and then he ends up, hitting the 00 car. Well, I'll tell you what, cautions breed cautions here. That is pretty evident. Hopefully these guys exercise just a little bit of patience here. Get a good clean race to the end. Gilmar said it was too fast. He's looking for a translator. Just send me a message on Discord. Message me on Discord. I think I'd be coming down pit lane personally. I would pit. We got a fair number of laps left to go. I'd take some fresh tires, even though you only had 1 or 2 laps on these tires. I'd take fresh tires. Paul Brown is the leader. Robillard second, Palumbo third, Marizon fourth, Bardelli Jr. is fifth. Saturday Night Thunder headed your way again. Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's race number 10 of that season. We're about a race off from the rest of these guys, but coming up on May the 27th, that's tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Saturday Night Thunder, the Cup Series. It's a 120-lap race from Charlotte. Crown the champion. Dennis Buderchin is the points leader coming in to the race there in the Saturday Night Thunder. Robillard will start on the outside line. I believe the 77 has elected or will start on the inside line. We'll see. The outside's been pretty fast, and I think he's definitely used the 77 car. I mean, used the outside line to get the 77 up front or to the front. But maybe early on, the inside line might be the best. But once the tires start wearing a little bit, I think these guys have, really push in that outside line. What that does is it takes a little bit of track away from the inside guy as they come off the turn, as they get through the tri-oval, and the outside line effectively kind of pinching that inside driver down or forcing him to stay in the inside line all the way around. Not use all of the track that he needs to really get the speed to hold on to that spot. So we'll see how this now on this track being rubbered in, how this is going to pan out. We're going to go green this time by, I believe, contrary to the lights being on the pace car. That doesn't ever seem to work right for some reason. On one of my screens, it's one of my computers, it's off, and this one they happen to be on. So who knows? It's rFactor 2, right?
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back to green. Oh, man. Side by side there for the race lead. The 77 to the inside. Does he have what he needs to clear the 90 car? He does. The 90's going to have to try to tuck in. See how this that doesn't work like if you're looking out of the back, but out of the front it works just fine. Let me give you an example. Give you an example here. We'll go to Craig Marizon's machine. We'll go up front. We'll put the tags on. Oh no, it doesn't work there. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to stop that. I don't want the cars who are not just behind or just ahead. I don't want those other cars, their tags being in front of the car I'm looking at. You feel me on that? So we're taking a look at the 60 car in the 5th position. We got a battle there just ahead as the 91 going to the bottom side here, trying to get around the 54. 54 not having it. 54 Mellow Yellow Sponsor Machine now in 3rd. We see Givaldo coming back out on track after serving his penalty. Penalty in this series is, if it causes a caution flag and it doesn't involve another car, then you have to drop to the end of the longest line, do a drive-through with a 2 to go, follow the back of the field, and start there. If it does cause caution flag, you go to the end of the longest line, do your drive-through with the 2 to go, and then after the race goes green, you do a drive-through penalty. Trying to cut down on the caution flags. Paul Brown is the leader. Sean Jacobs has that car in the 7th position. Up on the high side there as John Stanley moved up the grid in the 12th spot. He had a scare earlier in the race. Fresh back from camping. Here he is. Or glamping, as we say, for John. He's got this super duper RV motorhome. I'm sure that is a very, very enjoyable experience that he gets to do every summer, spring and summer, through the fall. One of our Canadian drivers. Take a look at Sean Jacobs. He's a Pennsylvania driver. Just behind Josh Brink. 24 running in the 7th position. Brink starting to look on the low side there of Craig Marizon. Marizon running in P5 as Brink running in the 6th position. Brink to the inside. He's starting to look a little racy here. Marizon playing defense. And that's going to put Sean Jacobs up on the outside. See that outside line working pretty well as Sean Jacobs going to take over that position. Sean Jacobs gets by Josh Brink, now takes over P6. Brink back to the 7th position. Move there by Sean Jacobs. He's going to the outside here of Marizon. You see some speed in this Vulcan sponsor machine up on the outside line, side by side there now, as Josh Brink trying to claim that spot back. Good racing here between the 60, the 24, and the 2. Bardelli Jr. and the 54. Ed Palumbo. Bardelli Jr. to the inside. Gets by Ed Palumbo. Good head of steam there by the 19 car. Picks up that spot. Bardelli Jr. in P3. And Palumbo back to the 4th position. Look at this battle here. Marizon to the outside as Sean Jacobs down to the inside line. Jacobs trying to pass him on. Oh, boy, that got a little tight there coming off the turn. Marizon and Jacobs. What a battle here. Brink in this mix as well. Jacobs in the 24 on the inside. Craig Marizon on the outside line in the 60. And they are tight through the tri-oval. Still battling it out. Here on lap 75. Feel the intensity pick it up. Guys are starting to take a few risks here. 24 to the inside to 60, still up on the outside line. Great battling here down the straight. Into turn 3. Marizon has an advantage there. Oh, a little run there for Marizon. Gets by the 24, but the 24 made him work for it. Craig Marizon now back to P5. Sean Jacobs is in 6th. Look at Preston Hassel here in the 27 AMD Rising sponsor machine. Been a quiet night here for him. His 27 car. Getting ready to do a big move to North Carolina. He lives in New Hampshire right now. And he is going to be moving to North Carolina, taking a new job there. So definitely wish him the best of luck. We'll be missing him for a few weeks until he gets back on his feet. Knowing Preston for over 20 years. Well, just about 20 years, I should say. 20 years, we'll say. High Octane Racing League old guard driver here. Bardelli Jr. to the outside, or to the inside as, Robillard gets up into the outside wall. The 90 car made contact with the outside wall, and Bardelli Jr. is going to take that spot. Now to P2. Robillard went to the outside, got into the wall. Watch this. Way up the track right there. And that's Sunoco sponsor machine, and Bardelli Jr. is going to take that spot. That car slid up the track. Look at this, Marizon and Palumbo battling. Marizon to the outside, battling Ed Palumbo. Palumbo in the 54 car going to give up a spot as Marizon coming on strong here now to P4. Take a look at it a little bit later here as Marizon and Bardelli Jr. battling side by side. As now the 90 car wanting to get back by. Got crazy amount of racing going on right here. This is great racing. Marizon now to P3. Robillard and Brown cannot figure it out, man. Look at these guys. Side by side here. We saw Robillard get up into the outside wall, made contact earlier. Oh, he slides up the track. There's contact maybe between he and the 77 car. Oh, more contact coming off the turn. Judging from the 90 getting up into the outside wall, I don't think I'd want to be between he and the outside wall. But the 77 car making it work. Dennis Schuderton in the 47 car. Getting by John Stanley, who's come on to pit lane. Stanley making a pit stop. Bardelli Jr., I think, is on pit lane as well. So we take a look at Dennis Schuderton in the 47 car. As John Stanley finished up his pit stop. Now coming back out in the 14th position. Racing is up front, man. Here on lap 83. I think guys are going to have to make a pit stop. Marizon all over the back of the 77 car. The 90 car indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. 90 car indicating he's going to have to come down pit lane. Robillard coming down off the track to come down pit lane. Definitely do not want to speed here. 77 car, I think he's going to be coming down pit lane soon. Marizon to the outside. Marizon now to the race lead. So Craig Marizon taking the race lead. Great battling here. 77 and the 60. Great to see the 60 back here with had a video card issue, able to get a new video card, and now he's back at it. He missed the back half of that season as the 77 car peels off the track to come down pit lane. Paul Brown now crossing the pit entrance line. Here on lap 85. And I would suspect that Marizon's going to have to follow these guys down pit lane before long. So maybe just a lap of fuel in that thing. Paul Brown's finished up his pit stop, coming back out on track. And that's going to give Dennis Schuderton the race lead, as I think Marizon's coming down pit lane. Yep, Marizon's peeled off the track to come down pit lane, giving up the race lead. We can get there soon enough. There we go. Now finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. He's going to come out, by the time he rejoins, maybe about 9th or so. As Schuderton getting some laps led here. He undoubtedly is going to have to make a pit stop as well. He's just hoping for a caution flag. That's where he wants. The 47 car is the race leader. Bardelli Jr. shown second. Robillard third. Brown fourth. Brink is in fifth. Vieira on pit lane. Dennis Schuderton on a little bit older tires. Don't think he's got enough fuel to make it to the end. One of our Ukrainian drivers. Always enjoys, very popular driver here, man. I tell you, he's always a really, really nice guy, and guys really love racing with him. Got a great sense of humor. Hails from Kharkiv, Ukraine. And he is leading in the points championship, and the Saturday Night Thunder has a real chance to win the championship. Here he is mixing it up in race number 1 of the Buschwackers series. Take a look at this battle here, late race battle here with just approaching 10 laps to go. Marizon getting by the 24. Marizon back to the 9th position as the 24 falling back to P10. Jim Willis, haven't talked too much about big old Jimbo. Black Rifle Coffee Company, Chevy. One of our Florida drivers. He's trying to get by the 24 car. So see Vieta now coming back out on track. The 53, Black Rifle Coffee Company, Chevy Camaro, Jim Willis. Bradenton, Florida. Some lap traffic, these guys working their way through. Dana Grover in the 89, early race incident for the 89 car. Dennis has got this is a great battle here. As Bears onto the inside, battling the 24. Did Jimbo get out of the gas there coming off the turn through the tri-oval area? And a great battle. This is he's in 10th, Marizon 9th, Jacobs is in 8th. Question is, does Dennis Udichin have enough fuel to make it to the end? I don't think he does, but I might be wrong. He's got about a 4-second lead, now 3.5-second lead over Bardelli Jr. But Bardelli Jr. is on the move here on those fresher tires. 47. '47 car maybe doing a little gambling here. As Bardelli Jr. definitely closing in. I think Bardelli Jr. is going to end up catching him. 47 car indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. As Bardelli Jr. is the leader. 1.5 second gap there between Bardelli Jr. is second. Will end up assuming the race lead, I believe. He does as Udichin now on pit lane. Little bit of gamble there by Udichin. Some laps led, so the 47 car on pit lane as Bardelli Jr. has a second lead over Robillard. These guys have been up front all night long, been a really clean race. But Robillard is on the move. Does he have enough time to be able to close in? He's got a little help with Paul Brown. That crew there running P2, P3. Take a look here at Bardelli Jr. as he gets around the lap car of Dennis Udichin. They are closing in. They're definitely faster, but do they have enough time to be able to get around? Here we go. They're on the back end of him. One thing catching him, it's another thing. Oh, boy, that's tight right there. Tight. It looks like the 90 car gets around. So Robillard to the race lead. Now he's got to battle the 77 car. So Bardelli Jr. may have gambled on 2 tires. Here on lap 96, a little lap traffic in the way. Robillard is the leader in the 90. The 77, Paul Brown, is in second. Bardelli Jr. back to third. Brink fourth. Jacobs is in fifth. Paul Brown to the inside, giving it a peek on the 90. This is the battle for the race win. across the start-finish line. We'll have 2 to go. There's contact! Contact with the 77 and the 90. The 90.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, we got a yellow flag. Oh, no. No, no, no. A yellow flag. And we're going to have a green, white checker. Oh, man. And maybe Dennis Shudichin might have had some trouble. Maybe he tried to do 2 tires, but he is off the pace a little bit. Jim Willis also off the pace, I believe. Jim Willis is on pit lane, so it might have involved him. Take a look and see what happened here. Oh, there's contact there, 54 and the 47. And then the 47 into the wall. Take a look here. There's contact maybe a little bit there. The 54 up the track, 47 squeezing through. And then right there, pretty tight. I think both of them could probably share in the blame on that one. Take a look at Marison's view of that. Go back here and take a look at this. Not exactly the way I like to do this, but take a look here. And then into the wall. It's arguing for the same real estate. All right, man. Late race caution. That brings us to a green-white checker. Well, the 90 car is the leader. Preston Hassel is shown in second. Now, Vieira is shown 2 laps down in the 13th position. He's had some issues earlier in the race. Not, characteristic of Arthur Vieira, that's for sure. Robillard has stayed out, and he's talking about those right side tires. This is a huge gamble in the 90 part, because he said his tires were kind of old there on the outside, about 80% is what he had on those. So these guys pitting behind could really take advantage of that. So green-white checker, and the 90 is the leader. Now, starting in second will be the 27 car, Preston Hassel. Paul Brown third. Marizon will start in the fourth position. And when you start talking about strategy here, with Robillard in the 90 being on a little bit older tires, I think the rest of these guys might have come down pit lane. Maybe getting some word that Preston is also on older tires. Paul Brown is saying that he just did 2 tires. I would suggest you probably outside tires, right side tires, I should say. And that gives him a little advantage here. Now, Vieira is going to have to drop to the back because he is a lap down. And he's going down to the bottom there as he's got a longest line. Givaldo's also got a longest line. Or they're going to have to drop to the back of the line, I should say. Now the 90, the leader. 27 outside. Older tires for both those guys. 2 fresh tires for the 77 car. Marizon, not sure. Bardelli Jr., not sure. I would suggest you Bardelli Jr. probably came down and took tires. I mean, he was hurting. I think he took 2 tires on that last stop, that green flag stop. So maybe says, hey, let's take advantage of this, put some fresh rubber on the thing, and may have done 4 tires. I'm not sure with the 19 car. Chances of this finishing under green are pretty low, I think, at this point with the old tire situation. We'll see. Been a good race. Some long green flag runs, some green flag pit stops, a couple caution flags mixed in. And the pace car's off. Here we go. Green-white checker here at Charlotte. Let's see how these older tires stand up to fresh tires. Back to green. Well, he's already the outside as the 90 car gets a good start. 77 car just behind the 27 on the outside line. Not able to hold off the 77 car. Paul Brown all over the back of that 90 car. Robillard trying to make that car really, really wide. 2 laps to go. Cross the start-finish line will be on the last lap. Oh, he drifts way up the track right there, those older tires. And they're wrecking.
Yellow.
And the 77 car is going to win. The 77 car is going to win this race. Got around just in time, really, as the 90 climbed up the track, got into the wall, and the 77 is going to take the win here at Charlotte. Well, great job to the 77 car. 2 tires were a good strategy for him. And a huge wreck there behind. My confidence level for ending this car under green was low. We'll take a look and see what happened here. See, the 60 car got up in the wall. The 12 car is up in the wall. 19 came back down, got into the 24. And that's what kicked it off right there. I think the 19. Oh, and there's hard lick. Are still wrecking. 24 still trying to get through. He is on his lid. He's Spins over. That was on the 19, really, I think. The 24 came up, get in. The 19 came down, and a little bit of that action. And then, man, those guys absolutely annihilate each other. Comes a wrecking. So, Paul Brown in the 77 gets the win. Congratulations to Paul. So what a race. Really was a good race there, other than the couple caution flags there that muddied it up at the end. But great job to Paul Brown on getting the win in the green-white checker here at Charlotte. We'll take a look at the final results. Paul Brown in the 77 gets the win. Todd Robillard hangs on for second place finish. Claudio Bardelli Jr. third. Gordon Carter fourth. Craig Marazon and Ed Palumbo fifth and sixth. John Stanley finishes in the seventh position. Josh Brink eighth. Sean Jacobs finishes in ninth. Steve Pierce, good top 10 run for the 51 car. Finishing in 11th is Preston Hassel in the 27. Dennis Shutich in 12th. Archer Vieta finishes in the 13th position. 14th is Jim Willis. Evaldo Spindola finishes 15th. Daniel Grover finishes 16th. Tiago Gomez 17th. And finishing in the 18th position is Dan Chesmore. Two cars out of the race. So congratulations to Paul Brown on getting the win. First race of the season. We'll see if we can't get him up in the booth. All right, we're joined up here in the booth with Paul Brown. And, man, that was a fun race there you had, I think, with Robillard and Bardelli Jr. and a little bit of Vieta early in the race. Talk about how this race panned out for you.
It was a lot of fun. I got into Claudio once. I got loose on the bottom of the apron on ruined tires, and I apologize to him for that. I think that kind of messed him all up. But, yeah, it was a great race. I was just trying to stay in the top five.
Man, it seemed like the car got really, really loose in and off the turns. What was it like to try to hang on to that car as those tires wore out?
A lot of counter steering.
I think it makes for a good race, too, when guys have to really get up on the wheel and drive the car. And unfortunately, it looked like maybe guys getting up into the wall, maybe guys trying to take some gamble and maybe pinch a little bit on guys trying to get by on the bottom side caused some of these caution flags.
Yep. Oh, I'm sure. Turns 3 and 4 is always notorious for that. There's just no room, and then you're loose, and yeah, it causes a disaster every time.
Well, you took the two right side tires, I believe, when you came down pit lane, and did you feel like that Todd and Claudio might be sitting ducks for you?
I hoped. Yeah. I knew the caution was going to come out again. Just when. So is it going to be in time to get by them or not? So.
Well, we had some good long green flag runs, some green flag pit stops. That was definitely something we wanted to see at Charlotte. And Charlotte seems to be always a challenging track. And you got to feel very thankful getting a win here at this track. For sure. Yep. That was a lot of fun. Setting yourself up for a season here, a different season. We've got some tracks we haven't visited yet. Gateway coming up next week, however. 120 laps there. What's your feeling on that oval there just outside of St. Louis?
I'm not very good at Gateway. We'll see how that plays out.
Well, I would suggest you're probably not going to be a fan of Sonoma, but maybe North Wilkesboro coming up on the June 16th, and then Nashville finishing the first half of the season. Anything stand out to you there?
I'm really curious about North Wilkesboro. Hopefully it works out good, and it's a fun track.
Well, congratulations. Hey, man, you didn't lose your internet connection. I guess you probably had a gift or something. Maybe, he said, hey, sweetie, can you stay off the phone?
I set
off
it.
The Wi-Fi?
I set it up an hour early. My daughter has my phone. She's on my hotspot. My wife has her phone. She's on her own hotspot. So
there you go.
I got to keep my internet tonight.
Well, good for you, man, and it panned out for you. So good job, and keep doing what you're doing, and good luck to you the rest of the season.
Thank you, Heath. Thanks, guys.
Paul Brown getting the win. I don't know who picked Paul Brown, but whoever did wins the jackpot, whatever was in the jackpot. But congratulations to Paul Brown, the 77 Outlaw Racing Fuels sponsored Chevy Camaro in Victory Lane to start the season off here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We got some great racing headed your way coming up tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Indy. That's right. It's Memorial Day weekend here in the United States. 45 miles up the road from me is Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and it is the Indy 500 this weekend. So throwing this out here for these guys, a 100-lap race the day before, and it's race number 4 of that High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series season. It's going to be a great one. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. You do not want to miss it. The Saturday Night Thunder will be in action at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is coming up tomorrow. Race number 10. Dennis Uderchin has the points lead coming into the final race of the season, and we will be at Charlotte for a 120-lap race. Should be a fun one. Don't want to miss that one either. Come on out and join us, man. We'd love to have you. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That's EliteHostingUSA.com. Thanks so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Don't forget to share my videos with all your friends. If you haven't smashed the bell, please smash that bell. Hit the subscribe button and click on those links down in the description of this race. Congratulations to Paul Brown on getting the win here at TurnLeftTV on the Charlotte Motor Speedway race in the Buschwackers Series. That's going to do it for me tonight. Thanks to all those people who kept it lively in the chat session. See you tomorrow. I'm out of here.